All I know, Ward. Hey man, front man of I mean, I just got the EP. Congratulations on Stiletto Nightmare
Thanks, man.
last month. Um, I loved every track.
Great.
Every track is phenomenal. You know, listened to it over and over again. It was really impressive. Four tracks,
Thanks.
and that just came out last month. And first, where can people get it?
Well, it's only digital for the moment, so any major streaming service will have it. Spotify, YouTube, whatever you prefer. So
Right.
you can get it on there. It'll be on. We will release it on vinyl later this year,
Uh-huh.
and that'll be it because yeah, CDs are on the way out, and most of the tracks will be on the new full length next year. So we don't want to double dip, you know. So yeah,
Definitely cool. Definitely cool. Let's first go to your debut album, Vanity Kills.
yeah.
Um, that was released as I guess an EP first or a regular album.
It was a full album. It was always a full album, but we did that 2008 self-released. Couple of different tracks on there. Yeah, it did nothing, obviously. Just 2 years of not getting anywhere, and then it got picked up eventually by Melodic Rock Records out of Australia. Andrew McNeese hooked us up, said, "Hey man, I really dig this. I want to help you guys out. I'll find you a label home and all that." Didn't work out, so he said, "I just I just love this stuff. I'll just put it out myself." And then that's what he did, and then that's what got the ball rolling, and yeah, that was we redid the album in 2010 on his label, couple different tracks on there, and yeah,
Cool, cool,
it got a second lease on life, so to speak.
cool, cool. And that was also a limited edition, right?
Well, obviously the CD was always in limited quantities because yeah, we're an unknown band. We're not gonna sell yeah, hundreds or thousands of copies, of course, but we put it out on vinyl about 2 years ago, and that was just limited to 100 yeah, copies.
Cool, cool. You also put it out on pink vinyl.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, only the 100 copies on pink vinyl.
Were they also hand numbered?
They were hand number, yes.
Wow, that's a real collector item now. You
Yeah,
know,
they sold out pretty quick. Yeah, I got maybe a few of them left. So yeah,
cool. Here's a quote from somebody. Ward is awesome. Great guy. I'm always willing to help the guys. Netherlands-based outfit. Ward has a real warm vocal tone. Sounds a lot like Van Stevenson. You know who did that?
if I would have to guess, I would say Andrew.
You got it. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I talked to him this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
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 he's great, man.
yeah. He loves the
He
guy.
really went to bat for us. Yeah, he did what he could, but you know how it is. There's always a lack of money, lack of time. So yeah, we're doing what we can, but I'm really thankful to Andrew because anything we ever did or ever got going our way, it was mostly thanks to him. Yeah, if we didn't get in touch with him, we would be nowhere. So yeah, ever grateful.
Cool, cool. Let's go down the four tracks on the EP and
Sure.
tell me your perception of each song. Uh, Can't Get You Out of My Head.
Yeah. So we released that last year, last summer. 2023, as sort of a lead-off single to preview the EP, which came out this summer. It's an old track. What can I say? It's something we wrote for the proposed second album. We started the second album in 2012, around about 2 years after the first one. We almost finished it, and then the band kind of died on me, so to speak. So yeah, we went into hibernation, so to speak, for a couple years there. But we had the tracks, so I just picked a couple I liked, I really liked, and I finished them off about over the last couple of years. So that was one of them, and something I'm really proud of. It's I think it's one of the best things we did so far. So yeah, I'm glad people like it. They seem to have got some good response there with that track. So yeah, very happy.
Good. How about As Long as the Night Goes On?
That was actually the second one. That was from the album in 2012 that didn't go anywhere. Yeah, something we've been playing live a lot, and it got a good response out of the audiences. So we thought, hey, why don't we do this one? We didn't change a lot on that one. On the first one, I redid the lead vocal. We added keyboards, but on the second one, the one you just mentioned, we only added backing vocals. It was almost done. It was almost good to go. So yeah, that's like a snapshot of where we were at in 2012. Yeah, cool. Also one I like a lot. So yeah, obviously we went with that one. Yeah.
Cool. How about Playing with Fire?
Playing with Fire, and which is the third track on the EP, and then also the fourth one. Those are new recordings, so we have a new lineup. We went away for like about maybe a good 10 years where we didn't do anything, and then we tried to pick back up where we left off, maybe just before COVID hit. And but yeah, obviously that didn't go anywhere with the lockdown and stuff, so it got put on the back burner. And then when we tried to come back after that, we some people, their heart was no longer in it, and you know how it is. So people change, life happens. So we decided to part ways, and I started from scratch, and I got a new lineup, some new people in the band. And that was the first song we did together, and I'm really proud of that, because it kind of proved that there was still some life in this band, you know. For a moment there, maybe things were not looking really good, but yeah, that really got things going and gave us the confidence to continue, and yeah, really happy with how that came out. Yeah.
How about Hidin from Love?
And then that's the last one on the EP. It's a cover tune. It's not something we wrote. Maybe some people will know it, maybe some people won't. It was a single back in early 1980. It's a track by Brian Adams, the Canadian hit maker. But it was on his first album, which didn't do much. He was not really well known outside of Canada at that time, but it was something I always loved. He has some really good deeper cuts in his catalog, and I'm a big fan, obviously, but I didn't want to do like any of the obvious things, like any of the obvious choices in his catalog. I wasn't gonna do Summer of '69 or something like that. It's been overdone, and I wanted to pick something that people would maybe not know or not know as good as the other ones. So I presented about 3 things to the band, and that was the one they picked. That was the one we went with, and came out good. Yeah, really happy with that. Yeah.
Was there any other songs that you wanted on this EP?
There's still obviously there's still songs in the bag from the proposed second album, but I didn't want to like put out all of them out at once. I want to do a full-length album next year, and there'll be a lot of stuff on there from that second album that never went anywhere. So I wanted to mix a bit of the old, a bit of the new, and I thought 4 tracks, that's a good introduction for people, like to get them to show them what the band's about and all that. So yeah, I wanted to go with the 4 and then maybe split them in the middle, like 2 old ones, 2 new ones, and then also a cover tune, because I didn't want to do too many new songs to like save up on them for the things that are still coming in the near future. Yeah.
Now, how difficult is it for a band to actually break into music?
Sorry?
How hard is it for a band to break into music?
Well, let me tell you real quick. So one of the reasons we went away for that long, for a good 10 years, was that we felt it wasn't going anywhere. We didn't have the kind of success, so to speak, that we had hoped for in a way. And when that happens and you're younger and you don't really know how to play the game, so to speak, it's demotivating, and then you lose faith, and you work it out on each other, which is never a good thing. So that was one of the reasons that the first lineup broke up. It's that we felt there was no future in it. We didn't have a drummer at the time, things like that. So what I'm trying to say is it's not easy, you know?
Yeah.
And if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, if you're doing it to, I guess, in a way, to make it, so to speak, if that's your goal, if you want to hit the big time, you know, that's not a good reason to do it. You should do it because your heart's in it and because you love to do it, and that's what I'm doing now. You know,
Right.
I'm coming from a different place. I'm going at it from a different angle, so to speak. I'm just doing this for myself. I'm making the kind of music that I love to hear, and that I would love to hear on today's radio or whatever. Things I'm missing in today's musical climate. And if other people like it, cool, great, all the better. If they don't, that's fine too, you know? I'm just doing this for me and trying to get that music that I'm hearing in my head out there, because I know there's people out there who love this kind of music, and whatever happens, you know? I'm not gonna let any exterior things get me down anymore. I just want to see where all this can take us, and whatever comes our way, we'll gladly take it on. You know, that's how I'm looking at it.
Tell me a little bit about the video that you guys put out, because like can't be cheap to put out videos if you're doing everything yourself.
Well, you got that right. It's honestly, it's a disaster. You know, it was all done low budget.
Right.
I think it looks good, but you know, I had to front all that money myself.
Yeah.
So there's no money in this. If that's one of the other things I was trying to say earlier. If you're in it for the money, get out now. You know, there's no money to be made. So yeah, I put a lot of my own money into this, and also on the newer things, the new lineup also pitched in, of course. But yeah, it's hard, man. You have to make sacrifices if you want to have a good product, so to speak. It has to look good, has to sound good. Yeah, you have to put your best foot forward. So do what must be done, I guess.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about Hardline Promotions.
I reached out to Mike, who runs it, and I was looking for someone that could get us some opportunities, yeah, some exposure, things like we're doing now, Brian. It's hard to do all this on your own. I don't have the connections that people like Mike have, people like Andrew have, because Andrew has a lot of connections, which I'm sure you know. So yeah, those guys, they know how to play the game. They got us into situations we would never have access to on our own. So he loved it, and he said, yeah, let's go, man. Let's work this. Let's see what happens. And so far it's been going great. Yeah, really happy with how things are going, and there's bound to be a lot more in store. Yeah.
Why did you decide to go into music?
In the first place, like, yeah. I've been into music for as long as I can remember. That's also, if you just look at the band name,
Right.
it says it all. This is all I do, man. This is all I know. This is all I care about. This is what keeps me going. It's a crazy world out there, and we have these things in our lives that make it worth our while, I guess. And for me, that's music. And it started for me, I'm a child of the late 80s, the early 90s. And I was in front of that television, every day, man, checking out that MTV, like a lot of us, I guess. And yeah, I was glued to the screen. So I saw things that looked amazing to me, like a magical world, and I wanted to be part of it. So I said, hey, that looks like a good job. So let's explore that. And yeah, I went from there. I started high school bands and all. I guess the thing that most of us went through, high school bands and all that, and people fell by the wayside. I didn't have the motivation that I had, but I just kept going, and here we are.
Now, your high school band, was that a punk rock band?
Yeah, I was like mid-90s when I started playing in bands. That was what was happening here in my neck of town, and hardcore punk, yeah. Yeah, a lot of the heavier stuff was pretty popular down here, and that's what got me my first start. We played metalcore, stuff like that, in the late 90s. Yeah, that was the whole scene was blowing up here. And yeah, later I got into more of what we're doing now, but that was where I got my start. Yes.
Oh, cool. Tell me a little bit about the band Liar. I guess that was 1995.
That's when I started, but that was not a band that I was. That's not a band I started. It was a band I joined later on. I was a lot younger than they were. I was the youngest in the band. I joined them. Yeah, maybe first show I did with them was like 99, something like that. That was in that whole scene. That was a big name. Yeah. We toured a lot. We did some cool shit I would never have had the chance to do. Really an experience I'll never forget. But as with all things, if you're just playing in someone else's band, after a while it gets kind of, it gets kind of tiring. I don't want to be the human jukebox. So I was missing something, and after that whole thing died down, I said, now's the time to do my own thing. So yeah, that's I really went to school in that band, so to speak.
How about another band? I think around 1997, Ignominy.
Ignominy, yeah. I don't know where you got that information, but that was my first band. Yeah, but you don't want to hear that. That's we all
But
have our first bands, and I think most of us prefer not to look back. But hey, you have to start somewhere, you know.
yeah. How about Firestone?
Firestone was in between those two. So Ignominy was my first band. That maybe lasted about a year or two. Way too young to know what we were doing, just messing about. And then I joined two bands that were a bit more established. Like I got a gig with Firestone first. Did that for about 2-3 years. And then one of the guys was also in Lyre, and then I hooked up with them and just moved on, you know, just, one step at a time onto bigger things. And yeah, so was a good introduction to the whole music thing for me.
Cool. How about a band called Dawn of Nation?
That was something we did on the side with some guys from other bands also. We only did about 2 shows, I think. It was more like a project kind of thing. It was also it involved a drum computer. We didn't have a real drummer, so we just put out a demo tape, and that was about it. But a funny thing about that band is that when I was in Lyre, and we, like I said, we toured a lot. We went places I would never have seen otherwise. And then when we were in Japan with with Lyre, we went into this record store in Japan, and lo and behold, what do I find on the shelves? That very Dawn of a Nation demo tape. So that was a funny thing happening right there. Yeah, that was cool. Those Japanese guys, they are crazy about music. So they are really into the little obscure things, and it was crazy how that tape got all the way to the other side of the world. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the band members of the band right now.
Okay, so we were 4 people with the first album. So it was just drums, bass, guitar, and then me on second guitar and vocals. But with the new lineup, we just before COVID, we added keyboards, because that was something I always wanted to do. That was something I always thought was lacking in our live sound. You know, we messed a bit with keyboards on the first album, but nothing too much, because we couldn't replicate it live. You know, we didn't have a keyboard player, so that was something I wanted to add for a long time, and then finally did. So that was the 5th member. But then COVID happened. We had to do it all over again after COVID. We were 5 people then. I had to find the new people. Eventually I did, but we wanted to something I'm really big on the 3-part harmonies, you know, the vocal thing. Like yeah, that was something I really wanted to explore more. And there were only 2 voices at the time. It was only me and the drummer who did the backing vocals. So I wanted to add like a 3rd voice that would maybe go a bit higher than mine. I have a pretty high voice already, but I wanted those, you know, crazy high things happening. So we got us someone who adds those really high harmony vocals.
Right.
And we do the 3-part harmonies. So yeah, we're 6 people now. Yeah, we are. It all started with the drummer we have now, who's been with us since just before COVID, I guess. And he knows a lot of people, and he just he picked them out, you know. Yeah, he said, yeah, I know someone, and then yeah, it all went from there. So I'm glad we found those people. I'm really happy with the current lineup, and yeah, things couldn't be better. I'm hoping to continue like this, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else, you know. For the moment, yeah, that's something I'm really happy about.
Do you guys have any merchandise?
Sure, yeah, we have well, obviously we have the first album CDs. We have maybe a couple of the vinyl left. We have stickers. We have T-shirts. Yeah, just the regular stuff, I guess. Yeah.
Where can people buy it?
Well, anyone can go to our Facebook. Obviously, it's just Facebook/ All I Know Official. Contact us through there. Maybe send us a message or whatever. And yeah, we will send it out anywhere. You know, I've been sending packages all over the world. It's crazy. It's response has been really great on our the last 2 years since we've been active again. And yeah, we get more response from abroad than we do in our own country. You know, there's no scene here in Belgium for the type of music we do. So much of the action is in other countries. Yeah. So if anyone wants to reach out, go right ahead. Go to our Facebooks, and we'll hook you up. Yeah.
What's the future look like for the band?
So the EP is obviously out now, maybe a little under 2 months, and yeah, it's been going great. A lot of response. We want to keep the momentum going. We are hoping to play more shows. We've got some things lined up for next year. So we're preparing the second album, which will be out sometime in 2025, maybe 12 songs, something like that. A couple that are on the EP, but a lot of new stuff. Some stuff we've been playing live, some new stuff that no one's heard. Yeah, cool stuff. So we're hoping to keep the ball rolling and see where it takes us. Yeah.
Who does all the networking for the band? You?
Oh, we kind of split that shit down the middle. There's also the bass player James, who's a really dedicated guy. Someone who's always in for the hard work. You know, it's a lot of work. You know, keeping your name out there. And he's a guy I can really rely on. He's always there to help me out. We kind of split it down the middle, and just take it as it comes, you know. But it's something we love to do. So if your heart's not in it, it's not gonna last, you know. I guess it's like it is with most things in life. You have to do it because you love it. It's a passion, you know. So yeah.
If you had a dream come true, what would that be?
If I could just like have one more goal to achieve,
right,
with this band, it would be to do like a big tour, like maybe open for some established name out there, and go on the road for like maybe, I don't know, 1 to 2 months or something like that. Or yeah, that would be a dream come true. I really want to see the world with this band, with this lineup, also, and with this new music. Take it to the people, you know.
Yeah, cool. And what band would that be?
Oh, the bigger the better, I guess. You know, there's so many. We've done we've done a couple of cool opening slots already. We've opened for FM, who are from the UK. I guess you know them. Reckless Love, also a great band. We've opened for Nazareth, who are a band from the 70s. But yeah, I don't know. Brian Adams. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not? You know, nothing wrong with
Sky's the limit. The sky's the limit.
Yeah. Well, Ward, it was great talking to you. All I Know. Congratulations on the album, Stiletto
Nightmare.
Yeah, Stiletto Nightmare. It's early here, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Thanks a lot, Brian, for taking an interest in the band and for talking to me. It's really people like you that keep this whole thing alive. You know, it's not the mainstream is not interested in us. You know, in the whole melodic rock thing. I guess you know what I'm talking about. So it's the grassroots thing that keep it alive. So thanks to people like you. So thanks a lot, man.
Cool, cool. I wish Andrew would bring back the melodic rock festivals and stuff and see you guys on that. That would
Me
be
too, man.
that would be so cool, you know?
Yeah, it would be cool if it was doable, but if he decides to host another edition and it's in Australia, I don't know, man. That's
Yeah,
that's a long way from here.
yeah,
But yeah, it'd be great. I'll be there in a heartbeat. But I think he did some editions in Europe.
yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that would have been great, you know. But I think he's yeah, he's doing the reissue thing for the moment, reissuing some cool stuff from the past that didn't get enough love the first time around. And I think that's his main thing right now. I don't think it's coming back anytime soon, unfortunately.
Cool, cool. Thanks again, man. Do you want to say anything to the fans out there?
Well, thanks for listening, and if you want to check us out, you can go on to the to Facebook. It's Facebook/ All I Know Official, and yeah, maybe that dream of ours will come true, and we can go on tour and see you guys out there. So yeah, it would be great.
Cool, cool. Thanks a lot, Ward. See you later.
Thanks, Brian. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.